Hey everybody, you're back with Joey Ciccone on Connected, live from Las Vegas. I'm here hanging out, my buddy the engineer over here, my pal Scott. I got my wonderful guest Dominick Montiglio, the real Dominick Montiglio, World Center of Broadcast Media here in Vegas every Friday, 11 to noon. I want to see some chats come up here. Come on people, chime in. I know you're getting ready for Labor Day, but come on. So anyway, Dominick, let's talk about La Familia. And they're gonna see it in the trailer here that we're showing the doc. But I like what you said. Something about 26 families, correct? Please take over from there. I don't want to speak on it.
All right.
Go ahead. 26. Go ahead.
You know, in the position I was in, being that close to the top, I knew all the bosses, I knew the capos, I knew everybody in every family in New York. And then I was sent to Kansas City, meet them people, because they had their fingers in the Vegas thing, and we wanted a piece of that.
Right.
And Carlo and me were pretty close until he died.
You mentioned that to me last night a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we're talking.
He used to give me a lot of advice because he knew me from when I was a baby. You know.
How'd you guys meet? Because he was in Chicago, you were in New York, but
what?
You came across each other. I mean, he was in Chicago, you were in New York at the time, or what?
No, we never came across Chicago.
Oh, who are we talking about?
We didn't deal with them too much.
All right, who are we talking about? Carlo who?
Carlo Gambino.
Oh, okay. All right. I got a little confused there. All right, very good. So and he kind of took you under his wing too a little bit, and am I right?
Yeah. You know, and he was so cool because he dressed like an old man. He looked like your grandfather. And he used to drive around in a Chevy Cutlass, no frills, no nothing.
Right.
You know, and he never did a day in jail.
Right, exactly.
He never did a day in jail.
But what I want to do is I want to get back to my question. My question was this. Let me make it clear. Out of 26 families, the Gambino family, being all Sicilian, to be made, you had to be 100% full-blooded Sicilian.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to clear that up, and they'll see that.
They traced your lineage all the way back to Sicily.
It is true. Don't think that you watch Goodfellas and the guy makes like a movie comment and that. Most of that's true. Not all of it. I'm just saying, but some of it's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was the relationship with your dad?
My uncles didn't like my father. You know, he was a hard-working man. He worked in the slaughterhouse, and they wanted him to do him a favor by they were running an insurance scam, and they wanted him to drive a car into the abutment on the subway, the L, on 86th Street, and he wouldn't do it. So they basically banned him from the family and told him that if they ever saw him even talking to me, they were going to kill him. So I'd see him, because we lived in the same neighborhood. We both lived in Bensonhurst.
Exactly.
And I'd see him on the street, and I'd have to cross the street so he wouldn't talk to me, so I could protect him.
And that must have been rough, and your uncle raised you then, pretty much. Then, right?
It was rough, and then my uncle, like you said, he took over.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Now, being a musician, people don't know this, but Dominick was a talented musician there. What was the name of the band?
The Four Directions.
Yeah, and did you say Directions?
We cut a record on the Four Directions.
Yeah, you called them something else too.
We cut a record on Delta.
Sure.
And Coral Records.
Yep.
We made it all the way up to the top 3 in Cashbox.
It was bebop, and it was cool stuff. You guys had a cool look. I don't know if Scotty's got some pictures there he could show, but you're going to see in that documentary. I really liked it. You had a cool sound. But what did your uncle say?
He was totally against it. He said, you know, because all I needed was him to push us the last half mile, and we would have made it big. But he said, no. He says, because all he had to do was make one phone call to this guy that ran Roulette Records.
Right.
And that's the label we wanted. And he said, no, they're all dope fiends and alcoholics. You can't, you know, I won't do that. You know. I said, no, it's okay to go out and kill people, but it's not good to sing.
When you said,
you know?
yeah, when you said that, like it's, I laughed this morning when I was watching earlier this morning when, you know, we can blow up cars and we can whack people, but you can't sing. Ma, come on, I sang my whole life. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I mean, so you had a shot there, and now with your artwork, it sells all over New York. Am I right?
Oh yeah, my artwork is very popular in New York. As a matter of fact, the last show I had, I mean, people flew up from Houston to buy my stuff. You know?
I love that, man. It's different types of work. I don't know if I have any artwork to show that I looked for. I didn't want to grab any copyrighted stuff too, but is it just gangsters or is it a little bit of everything?
Yeah, everyone is different.
Right.
You know?
I love to see that. I wanted to shout out to Jill, one of my fans here. Maybe she's not a fan, but Jill, is that a gun? Yeah, it's a gun. You never know who's going to drop into the studio. Don't worry about it. You're not going to come here and arrest me. I got a concealed weapons license.
I got an arsenal here.
I could imagine over there. Listen. Go ahead.
Plus, you got to get by my 2 pit bulls.
Man, you don't want to mess with dogs. I'll tell you right now. I want to do a shout out to Gabagol. Gabagol, if you're listening, Mafia recipes to die for. I mean, is that what I love that recipes to die for? All right, Gabagol, I did it for you right there. All right, you owe me $500. Send it to the studio. All right. All right, he goes.
I got a friend of mine wants me to do that.
Yeah, he goes.
It's a Mafia cookbook.
Well, it's nice. You get a nice. There's a lot of Mafia cookbooks, but if you get a good one with the good recipes, you know, it's always good.
Yeah.
You know, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of wise guys are good cooks. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the sausage and peppers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm more interested in my art.
Well,
because that sells. That sells. I mean, I've sold pieces in the Hamptons for like $1,700-$1,800.
Nice.
And I sold one for $7,000.
Wow, that's really nice. Well,
but it was a big one. It was 72 by 54.
Yeah.
You know.
No, man, that's beautiful that you've been able to, you know, go from what your life was and you know, I'm sure it's relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even had a parking ticket in 25 years.
Well, let's go get one.
Yeah,
let's go get one.
But
we don't
I got
want.
rid of my motorcycle because I had an accident and it tore my knee up.
Right.
So the doctor said no more jumping out of airplanes. Because I used to go every weekend. They have a place out here where you could jump, and I used to go out there Saturdays and Sundays and jump. But since that accident,
yeah,
the doctors told me no more jumping and no more, you know, motorcycles.
Right. Well, you were a ranger, right? In Nam, and you jumped out of planes or what? What do you do? Is that what they do? I don't know what they do. Rangers. They jump out of planes. They jump out of helicopters. They do all crazy kinds of things.
1,911 jumps.
That is wild, man. That is so wild. Listen, we're gonna swing out of this break. We're going back to this documentary we want to push for you, okay? Give them the title of the documentary, and they can see it on YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
Dark Visions, right?
This thing here, this thing we're doing now, you could see on Facebook.
What's that? Right now, the thing we're doing now?
Yeah, the show.
We're going out live right now to about 5 million, but the bottom line is you're going to have the archives by Sunday night. All right? You guys, I don't know where, did everyone go on vacation over here or what? Where's all my fans? Chat in. I got Mr. Montiglio here. We got a lot more questions. We got one more segment coming out. Joey Ciccone Show, connected live from Las Vegas. I'll be right back.
And one day I was there, and I was working a horizontal milling machine, which has this white coolant that cools the, you know, the friction on the metal, and it gathers up in this big base of the machine. And this foreman, his name was Bob Jurasak, told me to clean the metal chips out of the coolant. And I said, no. And I said, I'm a tool I make. I don't do that. You know, you got people here, which they did. They had, like, you know, people of Latin descent that were working there, did all of that. They did the filing, they did all that. And he said, no, you clean it. And I said, I ain't fucking cleaning it. And he said, well, if you don't fucking clean it, you're not, this was his line, you're not getting your turkey for Thanksgiving. I said, you know what, you fucking dumb Polish motherfucker? I don't want my fucking turkey. He said, are you getting nasty with me? And I threw a wrench at him. And he said, you're fired. And I said, no shit. So I left Grumman, and on the way home, I had to take the Hempstead Turnpike to get back to Levittown. And I passed, there was the Army, the Marines, the Navy, and the Coast Guard, the recruiters. And I was driving, I said, let me see what this Vietnam fucking thing is about. How many chances you got to actually go to war? How many chances you got to actually be a fucking warrior? They were real happy just to have some poor slob just willing to join at that point, because they needed bodies in Vietnam. You know, there's no bigger thrill in combat. I mean, combat's the ultimate fucking game. In our game, when you lost, you lost. And your family got $10,000. You know, and you got a free burial. You gotta be ready to die. You know, because that's what's going on. That's the game. You know, if you're lucky enough, and again, I stress the luck factor. When I was on my hunter-killer team, I used a 22-250 with a psionic silencer. The silencer was this big, but I could hit a gnat in the ass at 1,100 meters, and you wouldn't even hear a sound. And that's what we used to do. We used to fuck with the NBA. We'd find them, and we'd be up on the ridge lines and stuff, and we'd use night vision. So at night, they're sitting there thinking they're safe, and they're just doing their rice like this, and all of a sudden, me and you were sitting there doing our rice, and you got no head. And you never heard nothing, you never seen nothing. And we took a shot from 300 meters. You know, heroes don't die for their country. They make the other motherfucker die for theirs. Scariest thing ever was Hill A75, period. After that, there was no fear.